welcome back to another video, guys. Now, that's right, today we are reviewing Army of the Dead, the brand new Netflix film directed by Mr. Zack Snyder. I have literally just got done watching it and I've come straight up here to do my review of it. So, Army of the Dead, this is Zack Snyder's brand new film from 2021, obviously. It follows a story of a group of people who specialize in different areas to go into Las Vegas, which has been boarded off because inside is a giant zombie army, and they've gone in to crack into an old vault full of money, and they're going to get the money out. Now, I was actually kind of excited for this movie because the trailers impressed me, and I was actually very pleasantly surprised with Zack Snyder's efforts on Justice League. Wasn't expecting to like that film much, but I really enjoyed it, and after that, I was like, yeah, I'm game for more Zack Snyder. So, what do you know? It's been a really good year for Zack Snyder. So he's had Justice League, which I really enjoyed, and now we've had this, Army of the Dead, which I think I sort of enjoyed more or less on the same sort of level. This was a decent movie as well. There are some issues I have with it, without a doubt, but there are some really good elements to this. So let's start out with some of the good. For the most part, I thought visually this film was stunning. Zack Snyder is great at cinematography. He's a great visual guy. And this film looks great. I love it. Second off, I want to talk about the gore. When you're dealing with zombies, you know, gore is always important. And we sort of have a hint of what Zack Snyder can be like, obviously, with his Dawn of the Dead remake. So we sort of had an inkling. And previous movies from Snyder as well, which include a lot of gore. But this went to extremes. There was some weird, wacky, gory stuff in this. I'm talking Zombie King ripping out zombie baby of his zombie dead wife, like gore. It's like, that is it. But I you know, when you're dealing with zombies, gore is kind of the part of the package, and he done it really well. Really good. The action was well shot. It was really fun. The suspense as well. There's a scene near the start of the movie where they're sort of sneaking in between sleeping zombies, and it sort of reminded me of like sort of like an Alien thing where they're sneaking in between aliens, don't wake any up. Which I really like that kind of stuff. The suspense throughout this movie was great. And yeah, I all in all think this film done a good job with the pacing once they actually got into these quarantined off zombie area. I thought that the film itself had good pacing. The characters, there's some stereotyped down ones here, but you know what, they're fun. You kind of get who's who, what's doing what. So yeah, it's a fun time. It really is. The negatives I have towards this is there's a lot of shots where the background, obviously you have a focus of a shot in the background, sort of, it's obviously out of focus, but this film does a lot of that. Like in the background, it looks so blurry, you can barely tell. They might as well be standing in front of a green screen. And the borders of a lot of the long shots and stuff are also blurred out, which I thought was a bit of a weird choice. But hey ho, is what it is. I think the film took a little bit too long to find its feet to get them into the quarantine area. I think that could have gone a little bit quicker because this film does stand at nearly 2.5 hours long. And I think that maybe did bog it down a little bit. So yeah, I think as soon as they got in the area, it was definitely a lot better. I found the film a tad bit predictable. There's characters who are like, some are like, oh, I'm a bit terrified of that tiger, or there's one woman who has a bit of a off and on with this security guy type bloke, and you know that they're going to clash later on. You know that this guy's going to have a run-in with the tiger. You know that she's going to end up having a fallout with this guy, and you know that this and that and that and that. So I found most of it kind of predictable, especially when characters were going to die. There was one death which was really surprising, which involved an elevator. I'll say that. That one actually caught me off guard, but for the most part, I found a lot of the deaths kind of predictable. There was also some shots where the guns and stuff, this might be nitpicky, but I don't know, just watching enough films now, there was like bits where people were holding guns and that, you know, there was no kick back to the gun at all. They were just firing like bam, 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 bam. It's like, the gun's not kicking at all. So I found that a little bit funny. But you know what, that really is nitpicking. At the end of the day, this film, if you just want a fun zombie movie, which is what Zack Snyder went for here, you know, I know Zack Snyder probably wasn't going for a well character-driven story, because what he's done here, he's made a fun zombie flick. And you know what? He succeeded at it. It's a good time. It's enjoyable enough. There are definitely issues, but you know what? For what he was going for, he succeeded. And I think it was a good time. I'm going to give Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead a 6.5 out of 10. This film is pretty entertaining. Zack Snyder, you've actually had a pretty good year, my friend. I've enjoyed both of your films. They've both been really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you carry on doing. I'm going to sort of stop bad-mouthing you a little bit. I sort of learnt that when Justice League turned out good, and now I've enjoyed another one this year. So I'm gonna back off, dude. You've done a good job this year as far as I'm concerned. Guys, have you seen Army of the Dead? If you have, let me know in the descriptions what you thought of it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I will see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.